before you head back into whatever comes next, I want to offer you a little more time here. A little more time here with me. There's nothing you need to do. Nothing you need to become. Just a stretch of space between what you are listening to and the rest of the world waiting beyond it. It's important to me that you know that I really enjoyed creating this audio, taking the time with it, letting it exist slowly instead of rushing it into shape, thinking about how it might feel to listen, to be the one experiencing it for the first time. That part mattered to me. Not because it needs anything back from you, just because it was something worth making. So, if it's alright, let's stay here, together, just for a few more moments, before you enter back into the real world. Not by moving anywhere in particular, not by going somewhere you have to imagine clearly, just by letting the sense of space open up around you. You can picture it if you want, but you don't have to. A meadow, a stretch of woodland, open ground giving way to trees, or just the feeling of openness itself. Air, light, room, however it comes to you is enough. There is no effort required here, no direction you need to face, no pace to keep up with. We're not walking or going anywhere. We're just drifting, floating gently through the space, like being carried on calm water or a slow current of air. Nothing is pulling you, nothing is pushing you. If it helps, you can notice your breath for a moment. Not to change it, just to notice it. The next inhale arrives when it's ready, and the next exhale leaves when it's done. You don't need to make it deeper. You don't need to slow it down. Just letting it happen is enough. If you want to, you can quietly think, I'm here. And on the next breath out, I don't need to do anything right now. We drift a little further into the space. The meadow is wide. The woodland is open. Light filters through leaves or tall grass, or simply through the idea of openness itself. Nothing is crowded, and nothing is closing in. Sometimes, after something absorbing or intense, there is a shift that happens afterward. A soft drop, a strange quiet, or a feeling that's hard to name. That's normal. It doesn't mean anything went wrong. It doesn't mean you missed something. It's just the body and mind changing gears. Whatever you're carrying from what you just listened to can stay with you here. You don't need to set it down unless you want to. You don't need to hold it tightly either. It can float alongside you, like something carried on the same current. If another breath comes into your awareness, you can let it be a little longer this time. Not forced, just unhurried. In You might notice that your shoulders drop a fraction, or that your jaw softens, or you might not notice anything at all. All of that is fine. You don't need to monitor yourself. We continue drifting, unhurried, through the open space. No beginning, no destination, just movement without effort. If thoughts come up, they're allowed to be there too. Thoughts about what you listen to, thoughts about what comes next, thoughts that seem unrelated or oddly specific. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to push them away. They can pass through like clouds crossing on a white sky. Nothing here requires focus. Nothing requires analysis. If it helps, you can offer yourself this quiet affirmation. It's okay to be exactly as I am in this moment. Let that land however it lands. The space around us shifts gently. The open meadow gives way to the sense of trees nearby. Not enclosing, just present. The light changes slightly, softer, filtered, calm. You're still not being asked to go anywhere. You're just here within it. Sometimes after pleasure or emotion or being engaged deeply with something, there can be a feeling of vulnerability or emptiness or tenderness. Sometimes people feel grounded. Sometimes they feel unsteady. Sometimes they feel nothing much at all. All those are allowed. You don't need to label what's happening for you. You don't need to decide whether it was good or bad. You don't need to make sense of it yet, or ever. If another breath draws your attention, you might imagine it spreading gently through your chest, your ribs, your back, not filling anything up, just moving through. And as you breathe out, you can imagine releasing any pressure to respond correctly, any pressure to feel a certain way. If you want words for that, you can try, I don't owe this moment anything. We drift a little more. The woodland thins gradually, almost without notice. The space opens up again. The light feels wider. And there's a sense of being near an edge, not a sharp one. Just a place where this stretch of quiet naturally begins to loosen. You don't need to rush toward it. You don't need to resist it either. If it feels helpful, take one more breath with a little intention. Not effort, just intention. In and out. You might tell yourself, I can take my time coming back. Because you can. There's no requirement to return to the world fully switched on. You don't need to snap back into productivity or certainty. You are allowed to carry some softness with you, or to leave it here if that's easier. This space doesn't demand that you hold on to anything. This is usually the point where I don't drift any further with you. Not because you're being left behind, just because this part from here onward belongs to you. Before I stop, I want to leave you with a few quiet truths. You don't have to repeat them. You don't have to believe them fully. Just let them exist nearby. You are allowed to rest between things. You are allowed to feel without explaining it. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to come back in your own time. Nothing about this moment needs to be justified. Now you can stay here for a little longer if you want. Let the sound of my voice fade into the background. Or you can let it go and move on right away. Both are fine. I'm glad you took this time. I'm glad you let yourself drift here for a while. From here, you can return to your day gently, or slowly, or not all at once. And this is where I will stop. Take whatever you need with you, and leave the rest behind. And take care as you go back.